Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Lovely to see all of you on our Zoom tonight. Tonight is going to be probably the most crucial meeting that you've had all this year, because from now until January, we are going to start setting in motion our business, the whole trend of the Osprey team going forward. And, you know, one good person makes a difference, the power of one. Tonight, we've got three incredible leaders here. And it reminds me of that story where Gideon said, we are facing the enemy, and there's so many against us. We have got no hope to win this war, this battle. And the Lord just said, just look around, open his eyes. There's more for us than against us. So if we have a look at what we've got, you've got years and years of expert um, knowledge in this type of business. And you, Sean, with your podcasts and your lectures and that, specializing in different facets and things. And across this year, a lot of you, we've listened to different directions. And I must admit that if we have a look at strategy, it will be good that our team can start getting or creating that momentum this month or next month, December. Already, people are putting in quite big orders that we've found because they're getting their Christmas bonus. And I think you might find that the next 15 days will be a phenomenal month. But again, come January, we've got another challenge to overcome. So if we can start this momentum now, and it's the smallest thing that we can start that can start generating that momentum. Sean, I mentioned a bit earlier on, you said if we could go out and just go for one person, try and get a new person join. Now, I think, Ansi, you had someone at the warehouse join this sort of last week. Am I right?
He couldn't make it, so he said he will do it tomorrow. So I'm just waiting for him to confirm the time.
That's wonderful, because that's already the start of your momentum. So if you take one, and now if we have a look at what we're going to do, and I'm going to hand over to Debbie because that's a whole big thing. What are you going to do with these people that are coming in now? Where are they going to train? What are they going to be training on? And what's the whole structure and strategy of the recruitment? But already we've got a lot of people in our teams that have, before the end of the year, and we've seen it oftentimes, near the end of the year, people tend to get tired and they need a holiday, they need a break, and they just let things sort of slide until January. And then it's crazy month. Okay. So if we can start something now, and Ansi, that's wonderful. In the pipeline, you got that one person started. Um, Create something in the pipeline for the following week or this week. And Jenny, have you got anyone in the pipeline?
I've got two people, but they're both in hospital.
Oh,
Okay.
But we'll get that. Yeah, one's got cardiologist, and the other one's said, oh, anyway, that's negative. But we just keep on being in touch and listening, but you can't actually focus on the negativity of it all, but just you have to be there for people. It's a seasonal thing. But those two people, I was very disappointed because I thought, oh, well, here we go. But we know we've been in business long enough that we are overcomers and they're greener pastures. Okay.
Yeah, of course. And the thing is, this is why we move on and we are in the creative stage the whole time. Alta Bolton said, if you're not in the creative stage, you'll be dying. So you've got to be creating these opportunities, and the negative people will come our way. And of course, we know how to deal with that. But I think, Sean, you've got a couple of people in the pipeline as well. Good people.
Yeah.
These are dietitians. You've got some new people started. And this is where our strategy must cover the people we've got already, the ones that have come in recently, and our future expansion. So if you hope that next year, I think it's everyone's goal. Let's take one step. Just take one step. We'll aim for one step. Now, what do you need for one step? Well, it's so easily mapped out by Neolife. We don't have to look very hard. In fact, if you look at your back office, it actually tells you what percentage you are on to your next step. I think you might have looked at that, Sean. What's your percentage of your Sapphire Director or Direct, whatever, Emerald?
I think I'm at 56% at the moment.
Okay, 56. So that's wonderful. Do you think that's more than you were 8 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's progress. So we know that we're winning. If we had a look at the progress we're making, it doesn't matter how small the increment is, the incremental progression forward, it's momentum. And we're going to hit that downward slope where things are going to start activating. You know, an object at rest tends to stay at rest. And that's the same thing. If an object starts to move, it takes a lot to stop that movement. So if we start like the crest of the wave, we're going to start planning the various fields. So there's a lot of structure in what you've got already, where you're headed, where you're expanding to, and the people in your team. Who are you going to work with? It's obviously we can't work with all 500 people. So select a few people in order to get you to your next step. I think that's paramount. Once you start taking your next step, Jenny, when you start getting that emerald pin and you're onto Sapphire, and Sean, the same thing, and also you become a director, people next to you or around you will start to take their steps as well. Debbie and I as well. If we don't take our next step, it'll just be the same as it was yesterday. For things to change, we've got to change something. And I just think if we go in with strong determination of where we want to go, and this is where you're going to work as a team, we want to get that one person under your belt, no matter what it takes. I've heard some scary stories how people have joined our business in the past. I don't solicit that you take those as extreme weather things there. But the opportunity is available if you are open. If you are open for an opportunity, it will come. Just this last week, Debbie and I, we've had 2 very good contacts. We're starting this momentum right now. And I think if you want to and be bold, during this year that's coming, 2025, it's going to be our year. 2025 is going to be the year of growth and of new business. I've got an avocado pear tree outside my yard. I planted this one 5 years ago, and never seen a thing on it. But just recently, the whole tree was just covered in blossom. Huge amount of blossom. Debbie called me there yesterday, and on all the leaves and all these little tiny green berries. Now, it's on an avocado pear tree, so I'm sure they're going to be avocado pears later on. But to produce that tree, that fruit, it didn't take overnight. I didn't plant that tree and then yesterday, that tree has got experience, the know-all, and how to produce that fruit. And all conditions being equal, it's going to produce that fruit. The same as our business. Now, what structure are you putting in place for each member of your team? Sean, you've got an incredible team which are very they're professional. I think the whole lot are just about all professional, aren't they?
Not quite, but
Well, most of them are.
yeah, I've got a few.
80%.
You run that one as a professional. It's no good me not being a professional trying to say, hey, this is what you should be doing. But I think if you to sort of work out like a mini plan for each one of them, and then let's work that plan. But the most important thing right now, I can't impress more, as paramount. We've got to create that first person under our belt. And I think we're going to have a competition. Let's have a look who gets the first one registered. Okay, in the next 2 weeks, 14 days, we're going to have a last meeting
Pressure's
before,
on.
and we'll just
Is
get.
it as a distributor or a member?
No, I want a business builder.
Distributor.
Okay, it must be a distributor. Look, we're business builders. I think a member is just a customer that you link onto yourself, and that's good. If that's the best you can do, that's the best you can do. But a lot of people are needing and they're looking for an opportunity where they can. It's got a track record. We got the product. We got everything is in place for us to go. And I think if you have a look, Vic Bender did an incredible talk last week. There are a couple of things there I think you probably noticed there, but that wasn't serious. So each person must have that ability to say, okay, Ansi, just talk, take it off the top. You're doing the talk there, Jenny Holiday. Yeah, I know all of you can do it. And it's just a pity that we haven't got the whole team here, but they've got their reason. And I think that's why I wanted this to be taped so that they can get a copy of this. I'm going to hand over to Debbie for the finer detail, for the finer tuning. Debbie, it's over to you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Right, last week, I think it was last week, I challenged everyone to get a names list going. Did anybody take me up on my challenge?
But that was the previous week.
Was that the previous week? Thanks, Ansi. Yeah. Get that names list going. And it's amazing when you're putting your names list, then somehow or other, it just seems to attract other people. There was a lady reading our electricity meter yesterday, and John went to help her because she got the key stuck into the door. And so she turns around, she says to me, oh, where are you going? And we just happened to be going to our Bible study. So I told her, so she says, you know, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for another job. I don't like this job anymore. Please pray for me. So I said, well, okay, give me your number and I'll contact you, because really you're not looking for a job. A job will be the same that you're doing now anyway. What you need is a business of your own, but I'll contact you. So she gave me her number quite happily. So they start to look for you when you start to just make up your mind that you're going to do something. If you're doing nothing, then nothing's going to happen. You're not going to attract anybody, but you only attract somebody if you are doing something. So that names list, you might not even use it, but just start it. Just put it down and just start it. The other guy as well, he came and saw John's shirt. He says, oh, I like that shirt. What's that? And so he's coming. And what we have done, we've gone on to, well, what we need to do is go on to the source, our our back office and go to the source and get out some of those invites. Start preparing your people for the 18th, no matter what happens, whether it's wherever it is. Just say, coming soon, keep the 18th free, so that they know that there's something, and there definitely is something coming on the 18th.
I need
So
a bigger car.
Start preparing something. Put
The
that
car's
on
already full.
put that on your dream chart. We could come down and pick up the people and come up. yeah.
Oh, my
So
dear.
yes. So start getting people to come. And see, even some of your customers that you've got for Susan Beck, just say, listen, the Science Advisory Board.
I was already thinking of inviting them. I'll put it open on the
One
floor.
of the doctors are
tell them.
coming,
She's
You
the
don't
head
have
of the
to-
board at the moment.
Yeah, you don't have to stay for the whole meeting. Just say to them, just come and listen to her. She's very good. She's brilliant, in fact. So, they'll definitely enjoy that. And then what are we going to do once we get started? As John said, is to create that momentum now. Because even Neolife, I was speaking to Maurice at Neolife, and she was saying, I said, how's it going? How's it going? She says, it's going well, but we know that when the school holidays, a lot of the people go away, or they need money for presents and that sort of thing. And the business does drop a little bit. So we know that. That's past, that's history. So what are we going to do about it? We're going to have to make sure that our first week or 2 weeks into December is going to just be phenomenal, so that we are ahead of the down and the up. And that's the only way we can do it, is to make sure that we've got ourselves, all our ducks in a row. As John was saying, we are definitely getting, coming to that time of the year where some people are going to get a bonus, others aren't. So some are getting 13th checks, and those who usually rely on 13th checks are not going to get a 13th check. So they're going to be a bit down and upset. So that's an ideal people for us to go and talk to, because things aren't going to change. We got a thing on, I always look at that business today, and petrol's going to go up again. Don't rest on your laurels. So we need to make sure that we've got extra income, and that is our key to getting people started. Just even if you say you don't have to build a huge business, all you have to do is just save money so that you can spend on your petrol bill. So and write down what would you like to say. I haven't done it myself, but I know Cesar does. She tapes herself, and then she listens back to see how she's done it and what she's done and what she said. And do that at home if you have to, especially if you have difficulty in answering objections or whatever, because if you're confident, you can get people to do anything. And don't forget to ask for the order.
Yeah.
We're testing the market here. So I put out feelers, and I said, we're thinking that we might be moving. And so we got a lot of names. Anyway, they came along and they looked around and they said this and that and this and that. Some of them were positive, some were negative, and that, the market is down, etc., which we know. Only one person out of several, he's closed us. He says, give me until end of January. So, and we signed till the end of January. We know nothing's going to happen over Christmas, December. If it does, then...
But you never know, because the people are moving from province to province,
Yeah, and from house
That's
to
right.
house.
You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So if it happens, I don't know, maybe we come stay with you, Sean.
You're more than welcome. Shall I start looking for accommodation, Tanya?
And we just each
We've
one
got
of
some
you
units
what
just
you-
down the road from us.
Or you're moving in with your kids.
They wouldn't put up with us, I'm afraid.
We've got some nice units just down the road from us.
Okay. Yeah, John would love to have a retirement place on the beach. He
Yeah.
really would.
I would.
Well, less than 100 meters away.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Okay, cool.
No,
Chat later.
Sean, you can't do that to us. Please.
Told you we might have 2 cars.
Good.
Yeah.
But one of the
Okay.
podcasts I was listening to recently said, and I think it might have been Eric Worre, who said, he basically put on a challenge and said, become a professional conversation starter.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
Don't think about pushing business or pushing products or anything. Just develop a relationship and then learn how to change, how to
Change
pivot how to pivot the conversation. And there's been some very interesting things I've seen on that. Alan Blaine's got some very good little scripts, for want of a better term, on how to pivot the conversation. But just start a conversation. Hi, how's it going? Oh, I really like your shoes. Where did you get them from? And from there. And I've been practicing that. It's quite fun.
Good.
Picked
It
up another
is
order
fun.
today.
Well done. It
It's
is
amazing
fun.
you have the power to do that, huh?
Yeah,
Without the other person knowing it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
enjoy
you
it.
know, in the supermarket as well, I've got a horrible habit. When I stand there by someone, I always look in their trolley and I say, "Oh, you're very health conscious." And they say, "Yes, I know." So I said, "It's unfortunate that our food, no matter how healthy we're eating, we're not getting enough nutrition." And what? Huh? You know, I always get a, yeah. No, but I don't always take a name. It's just a practice of speaking to people. In fact, I
Yeah.
speak to everybody and anybody now, you know. So yeah,
I was,
And as they say, it's more about not just listen, but you must hear what the other person is saying.
yes,
Listen with
You
your
can
eyes.
listen, but if you don't hear,
yes, yes.
can we just go through our team? Maybe Debbie and I can learn something here as well. With you and your team, what's your plan for the coming future? We can start, Jenny Holiday.
Well, I've taken Debbie's idea of sending information to my whole team, a little like a Linda Foster. And then I'm connecting with them like that. I've people in Tongaat, they want to come and visit, and they're going to go to the Shongweni flea market thing. And so just connecting with people that they actually regain confidence in you, because when I was ill, I was out of it. I'm told that I said all sorts of funny things that I didn't know I was saying, like this guy that was wheeling me out of the Blinking Theatre. I said, are you black? He said, yes. I said, do not vote ANC. Now, all this rubbish, I was totally out of it. So a lot of people say, now I'm back on track and I'm connecting with my team again, building those relationships. It's so important. And thank you, Debbie. They haven't ordered yet, but they're asking questions
Good.
about all the information that I'm sending. I think that's important.
Actually, I've got another
Yeah.
one I must send out, and I've been slack. I must send out another thing.
And I think
Please
that's quite
do, because they're
important.
short and sweet.
Yeah. No,
Very important.
we mustn't be the ones to be giving the information. We need to send the link so that that's duplicatable. Because I know I've blown way too many people out because they go, oh, I could never know as much as you.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to know as much as me. I need them to know where to find the information, not know the information.
Just little things, you know, they don't really need to know the whole thing, the whole
Yeah.
science behind
Yeah.
making multi-mineral. You know, they don't need that.
Yeah.
So those little things that I mainly get them from Linda V. She's very good at that collage, what she does with the
Absolutely.
picture of the product and a bit of writing underneath. And that's got us quite a few little orders and people coming back. When I go back and I have a look, I send it out, and in that week I go and see who bought what, and I go into their product history. I can see that what I've sent out is what is on their list. So not everybody, but you know, that's just the way it is. So yeah, it's a good thing. And see yourself, what are you planning to do with your group, your people?
Yeah, I'm working on them. Like this one guy said, he's got somebody, but he don't want a lady. But he said she's been using the products, and she hasn't got much to do, so that will keep her busy. That's his words. I said, "Oh, wonderful! No pressure, but just keep in touch with me." So he said, "No. It's not going to do too much this year because it's the end of the year, negative and all of that, you know." He said, "Rather start brand new in the new year." So I thought, okay, that's his opinion, but that's not mine, you know. So I said, no, okay, that's fine. But another thing I would like to share, we in the other meeting I'm going to, is every second week we do our presentation, 60 seconds, and then we've got a speed. It's almost like a speed network, but the president of the meeting, he put you into groups with a topic. So last week was what do you struggle with, or what is your weak point, or what are you battling to achieve? So we went into groups of 4, and then you're thinking, now the people will say this and that and the other. But you know, I'm very bold. I'm over those things. Tell me how I can improve, and I will admit what I can't do, and I will do it. And it's amazing the positive feedback that I got. I didn't say, "Oh, really, was it me?" You know, I just kept my post, and I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." And they said, "You're very positive. You know your products. You're always excited. Your whole body language, show it when you talk." So that's one positive thing I want to say. We don't realize the impact that we have on people. So it's just going from strength to strength.
Good.
That's me.
That's you. Sean?
People are watching all the time, and I often get that, "Oh, but you've got so much energy." So yeah, I've got some good products that I work with too. But I've got my dietitian who's starting to, so I'm working with her. She's got the one sign up who's slowly but surely developing over there. I'm working with her. And then she spoke to me yesterday. She messaged me. She's got somebody who in Cape Town who might be keen to join up as a member. So I'm busy trying to develop that leg at the moment. And Kay is also working very hard on her leg.
Good.
And she's getting up quite a few people in over there that are all interested people. So I've been trying to help her with her leg as well. So I'm working down at the moment. I'm not working on me, I'm working down.
Okay, good.
And then I'll start to spread out a little bit more as well.
That's good. And use the meetings like that guy in Cape Town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say, listen, there's that meeting. I don't know if it was last Saturday or this Saturday, but send the invite out. Say, just go and have a look.
Yeah.
No, you know, no pressure.
Do you think that next week we should just have one meeting dedicated to a plan, a business plan? Sean, you know,
Okay.
like the one that you do. Say, we can try and streamline it so that it's not too long, but we can invite people just to have a look at a prelude or what this business can do.
Well, I've got mine down to like 20 minutes. So in fact, no, less. I think I'm down to about 16 minutes that I can do a plan in.
15. That would be good. So we can have question answer at the end.
Mhm.
Then we can invite people. I've got a very good pharmacist that's quite keen, but he will be available in the evening.
Mhm.
So maybe we can earmark that for Thursday.
Fine.
I'll leave it open. What if come
I'm
back
fine.
with some?
Yeah. That's fine,
I
man.
guess then we'll have a meeting on a Thursday, not the Tuesday. Is that correct?
No, we'll still
No,
have Sean's meeting on a
Sean,
Tuesday.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
absolutely incredible. That meeting of yours about
Yeah,
sleep.
it was.
Okay, so
Okay.
it'll be the Thursday meeting. Put it together short. We can do it.
Super. Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
far,
very
we've
much.